#1 seed going into the major stand tall against Liquid, their brethren in representation in Boston. For Liquid, wins mean better seeding. For Vitality, wins mean further cementing their dominance in the region.
Feels achieves like we've heard this story an awful lot of time. Of course the Team Liquid can't go and win it. This team's really dominant in the region. And then we get to the third tournament and they prove everybody wrong. Is this any different, or is Team Vitality just that squad?
Well, Team Vitality is pretty good, but Liquid, they've been giving them a run for their money as of late. So I don't know if it's quite as clear-cut. I think the desk may be onto something thinking it goes 7, but you're right. It should favor...
Hey, there we go.
Actually, a restart off the rip wasn't quite expecting that, but what are you going to do?
You got 7 seconds of gameplay there, chat. The prediction thing is not done yet in chat, so the information that you just gleaned, you need to use it incredibly quickly. Okay, well... There we go. All right, we'll work with that as we go through. But yes, this is a best of 7 for those of you joining us for the first time. From now on in this tournament, we are running best of 7s, and also these teams get access to a timeout, which they can use after the game. Or if you're like Guild 2 weeks ago, you forget that you can use it, and I don't think either of these teams are going to forget that they can use it. They are well-oiled machines right now.
Yeah, Liquid, especially yesterday, a phenomenal start to the day. 3-0 Fufek stop, 3-0 Moist. So Liquid was looking quite dangerous, and as well they should. Moist definitely not a team to push over, but they kind of just walked right through them. And Vitality also, of course, in fine form as they always have been since they've picked up Zen. So this really is probably a lot of people's favorite matchup for the day, I would guess.
And in what will be the least controversial unpause ever, we're just back at 5 minutes, 0-0. And Alpha, but that would have been fun for me though, if we managed to score a goal before that timer had even hit 7 seconds in.
Liquid, I think you really want to see them come out here with a lot of control, and Zen just doing his best. That's what he does, makes people dance, makes everybody wary. Those mechanics.
I think the one thing that we're going to see, though, is a complete lack of respect for who Zen is. The Team Liquid don't care. They are sending the house at you. You want to flip reset? Tough, we're already there at you. You want to go off the backboard? Tough, we're already there at you. A toe off the backboard to himself. And Radosin, who has maybe been the biggest winner. Oscar made a bit of a mistake, but he's been the biggest improvement, I feel, this split.
Radosin, I agree. A lot of people, obviously, and rightfully so, should be high on Zen because what he's brought to this team is incredible offensive potential, but Radosin had quite a showing in the previous regional and earned a lot of respect and also fans for his performance. And you're looking to see that level of elevated play continue and perhaps lead them to a major championship. Who knows?
Zen, she didn't get the demo there. I'm a little surprised by that. A Chronic takes it past one, goes at the top of Alpha, who does scramble, doesn't get for the second save. Tried all he could, but Team Liquid just too much.
Yeah, Zen gets caught out with no boost, and Radosin can't even really get a hand on the ball. And to be fair, Alpha, to his credit, really nice job even keeping that first one out of the net, but too many people, too many threats. And Liquid on the board first and doing exactly what we wanted. Like you said, Shogun, they really want to get as aggressive as possible, prevent any sort of ball control for Vitality and really force them in a particular way. And oh my gosh, it's going to happen. The pinch straight into the net.
All right, I want to have a look. Can I criticize the turn? I kind of can. He did put himself on the wrong side of the ball. There's only one way that ball can go.
I mean, that tipped off a Zen spoiler. He wasn't even the guy challenging the ball. He's just kind of parked the bus there to create a lane, and it just went right off his back spoiler straight into the net. That's wild.
If you're going to take anything from us this weekend, chat, it's, well, don't challenge those on the wall when you're on the wall. It just doesn't work. It never works, and you're usually just pinching it with somebody else. Zen's positioning, making that even worse for Team Liquid, who have seen their lead disappear. Radosin just camping on the backboards. He trusts Zen on the goal. I think trusting Zen has kind of been the tagline for this revitalized Vitality. They just look comfortable.
It makes it so hard as well because Zen has become quite comfortable in that, deep back third man role, which I think is the right place to put a player like him, where he's got that sort of magician capability to just make people miss and get the ball where it needs to go into a scoreable position. He's not a scorer, he's a setup artist. Him being in that deep back position sometimes you put them back there on that island and you can't help but he's got the space to work with. And I think that's a great slot to put him in.
I feel like we've seen that very frequently. It's something that maybe people don't necessarily expect from the mechanical monsters, but you know, even looking back to like season 5 Justin, he was also I think second, first on the saves. But those style of players just enjoy being the last man, enjoy getting that first touch and playing the ball out.
Yep.
So you see Zen passes the ball across. Alpha actually even got a little bit wrong-footed by that. Is going to move on up, but Toe by himself. And we'll be happy to see that that shot was so down the middle. That gives Team Liquid a way out.
And they got that boost steal in the corner, though. Vitality going to keep building pressure, and Atoe able to make another nice save, but Liquid really just needs some type of space. And Alpha, look at that demo on the supporting player. It forces Atoe to continue to press, and they might actually score. Zen just in time to clear it away from the right side.
Oh, and another touch that goes wayward for Team Liquid, but they've got time. Play it to the back corner, forced for a dose, and then almost went for the pinch off the ceiling. Difficult play to go for. Zen, backboard, double tap. That's been this secret weapon all the time. And you see now the threat that's caused. The second touch from Radosin wasn't quite wanted. Still 1-1. Oski on the counter. Alpha gets rid of it at least for now. Boost stolen though. Resources might start running low here for Vitality unless they can shore up the lines. Radosin again on the backboard. And again, he's made it work. That's some valuable breathing room.
Oh, Oski, what a great recovery, but Zen, too smart, knew where the ball was headed, back down into the middle. Atoe there to cut it down. And yeah, if this is how game 1 is started,
it's gonna be a fun time.
I believe this very well could be 7 up in front of the net, but no problem for Alpha. But Liquid definitely circling here.
Liquid just play with nameplates turned off. I'm absolutely convinced at this point. Oh, and Chronix clattered into his own teammate. Zen off the backboard, and Team Liquid not like that.
Oh, the self-destruct. I mean, it's not even really anybody's fault. Acronic is just trying to flip into the back corner to get the boost, while Atoe is trying to come forward and go for the challenge. And in the worst twist of fate, give each other a little bit of a hug in midair and let Zen work his magic right on the goal line.
A little bit too much emotional support, and now it's all gone downhill. Zen doesn't quite find the opportunity. The backboard. Alpha goes to try and find the angle. Oski's moved very early. Backboard again, 15 seconds now. Team Liquid look to try and put a play together. They've got the pass back down. That's going to be such an awkward landing, though, for Atoe. And Zen will just caress the ball, trying to find nothing more. Now backboard. Atoe and Oski both went, and they both didn't quite get enough on the challenge. Infield, Acronic pops the ball up high. They're both beat to it by Zen.
Oh, but they're not done redosing. Yeah, just hit it as hard as you can. Really force Liquid to work for it.
Atoe looks to follow. Doesn't have the boost. Acronic does. Has he got any options? Oh, he's given himself a lot of work to do. That is going to finally hit the floor. And Team Vitality have won it. But if you were to ask me the 2 goals that Vitality might score, that was not the style I expected them to go in.
Yeah, if you think about it, neither of them really actually, quote-unquote, earned opportunities, right? I mean, the first one's just a pinch that tips off of Zen's car and just goes straight into the back of the net. And the second one is a team bump. Definitely not the most productive offense for Vitality, despite having, 11 shots. Certainly out shooting Liquid, but just an unlucky game 1 if you're a Team Liquid fan.
I feel as well from what I was seeing, though, Vitality had statistically more opportunities, but also more clear-cut opportunities. And a lot of it, to me, I feel like if Alpha can just settle into this series, this could get really rough for Team Liquid because there was a lot of passing choices there. I feel like Alpha misread the situation on the field, but that's not going to happen for 7 games straight. That Alpha will start locking that in.
Yeah, I have to agree. Alpha always has been, I think, one of the greatest follow-up players to find off of Zen's execution is, I think, the right way I want to go with that. Generally tends to read the play quite well. Not his best game 1 performance, to be sure, is already another
this one's quicker. I want to point out, Cheese is wearing a full suit. It is far too warm in this room. There is not a chance. There is no shot. I've got cats around me hibernating. It's that warm in this house right now.
It's a rainy, it's a very London day where I am, so it's not super hot here.
Yeah, I think Johnny describes it as an Edinburgh day. He's very determined that Glasgow and Edinburgh, very different weathers. So another pause update for you all. We're going to start again at 5 minutes. It's 0-0. You've heard that one previously. What's the whiteboard got? They've removed the whiteboard. I've not seen Vitality lose since the whiteboard's been removed from this room, and it's upset me greatly.
I did like the whiteboard, especially because, you know, we can always have some really high quality team Vitality based memes, but that's all right. Whiteboard, are you a superstitious person, Shogun? Do you think Vitality's superstitious?
I wasn't until the predictions started for this split, and now I'm absolutely out of it. It's not even been a Rocket League exclusive thing. It has been everywhere. I can't get anything right now. I was playing earlier on Freeze with Stumpy and Cole. I said this is fine, and out of nowhere, a goal 3 hit a triple tap.
You're just having a rough
I think
go
goal
right
is a
now.
champ 3. I shouldn't go too far with that. Not that low down. Stumpy might be, though. All right, let's get ourselves back into this. 1-0 here for Team Vitality. Team Liquid will know that they can't go giving up those style of games again. Like, Vitality are hard enough to beat as it is, let alone when the silly goals go against you.
Yeah, and you really just want to find a way to cut down those shot opportunities, obviously, but that's so hard to read, and Alpha trying his best to keep this one in a scoreable spot. They'll run completely out of boost, and Liquid, here's a chance to really get the offense going on the right foot.
Zen back out to Oski. It's not a strong touch, though. When you do that, it leaves the ball open to everybody. That happened again. Team Liquid's first touches are just letting them down at the moment, inviting Vitality to follow up on the challenges.
They're all trying to have to chase the ball. It's not really passing if you're Team Liquid. It's just getting the ball to where Vitality isn't, which is generally not the way that Liquid likes to play. Don't really like that dump and chase approach.
It's the classic European style of just be faster.
Yeah.
Oh, Radosin, he sets himself up for the double. That was fantastic.
Just enough space to work with as well. You can see Zen and Alpha rotate through the goal line, just that extra bit of disruption, and it gives him just enough. And the important thing, Radosin getting that flip reset perfectly off that ball from the backboard allowed him to get that extra bit of power and just squeeze it by.
I'm trying to figure out if that bump came in from the backboard to somebody inside the goal. If it was that, I very rarely have seen anybody manage that angle. Chronic. Oh, he finds the top shot. Well, again, there's an early response. This time it's Team Liquid.
And Chronic just went for it. You had a good angle to see that Ato was definitely winning that ball, so he instantly started running up the field as fast as he could, and it's a good thing he did, just able to beat out the defense and bullet top of the net. Great shot.
Alpha has to work hard to keep that ball under his own control. So plenty of time. Zen reads him.
Jeez.
Zen's happy to just dive on in, leave his teammates to deal with it if it goes wrong. I'm sure his teammates feel much the same way. Now Zen, ball under his control. Again, the early challenge. That has to be the case. But you can see what Zen's done afterwards. He's just chasing. Vitality's rotations are almost the exact opposite. They're two. Well, this time they were too laissez-faire.
Just a little too lax. You're right, Zen went for those demos all the way deep into the opponent's half, and he took the straight line down the complete side of the pitch, and the worst part wasn't even any boost anywhere on any of those side pads, so if he took any inside line of boost towards the net, he probably gets there.
Appreciate the trust, and Alpha tries to go for the bumps again. Team Liquid are going to be very difficult to find, though. Of all the teams in this bracket, I think Team Liquid are the hardest to go and find a third-man demo on. Unless, of course, as we saw in the last one, they're bumping each other, but that's an entirely different story. On the ball here from Ato. Go again. Vitality, clear the lines. But it is just giving the ball back up, but they do still some boost. They do get rid of a player. This is a good opportunity for them. Zen already up. He's beat Oski. He couldn't quite find his teammate.
Vitality really trying to dial in on those passing lanes, but now you kind of see that offensive production while there is still a goal. Forget that. Hello, a toe out of the corner. Did not think this was going to be a scoring opportunity. So good.
He's just so good at this game.
I mean,
What a read.
Nobody on Vitality even thought that was possible. They're just like, oh, that's going off the wall.
To quote myself, he hasn't got that. He actually just does.
What a shot. Wow.
It's absurd, the angles that people are able to do now.
Yeah, there's 4. Okay.
All right, that one, however, is a little bit less of a shocker. Toe definitely has got the ability to hit those.
Yeah, Alpha kind of got, he was trying to decide if he wanted to challenge there and ended up going for the fake challenge, but unfortunately pulled him too far forward, so he never could get all the way behind that ball, really get that ball to safety, and easy enough counterattack for Liquid. Vitality deep in the hole here in game 2. I won't even say that they're really trying to do too much. It's just Liquid is trying their best to make sure that that defense is rock solid.
This is the difficulty when you play against Liquid, is that it's kind of a skill check, but it's not on you. If Team Liquid are playing at their mechanical peak, what do you even do? Because they're going for stuff that you don't think should even be possible, that it doesn't make sense to go for. And they put it off. Back into the midfield. If Vitality are going to make a game of this, it has to start very quickly. Zen back out. Toe does get the block. Zen continues onwards. The wall dashes, but nothing really working right now. Zen can still move around for the shot, but Ato fakes the challenge, turns himself around, gets the block. And now they should have got rid of it, but Radosin dives in. And actually Zen's won the challenge. Well, that required a little bit more work than Liquid were expecting.
Fortunately, though, Vitality's oh, nasty challenge. Oh, my goodness.
Skill check.
Oh, Ato, look at this challenge game. He's like, oh, all the space, I'll just buy it and then just turn the car upside down, angle it right to Oski. Oh, talk about manipulating the timing. That was perfect.
It's when you see stuff like that you're not entirely convinced that he's not got a way to see your screen somehow. He just knows.
Man.
And that's so difficult to do, because when you go for those style of plays, there is a brief moment where the ball blinds you. You don't actually know where your opponent is anymore, and he just went for it, and he got it perfect.
Just a beautiful display of spatial awareness. What a game for Ato here. This one's been lights out. 2 goals, 2 assists, 3 saves, and 3 shots. A well-deserved MVP medal, and maybe another. Oh no, he saved it! I was about to say give him the playmaker, but he kept it out.
Listen, nobody else is allowed a hat trick, only him. If anybody's going to get it. Well, we were talking earlier on the pre-show about whether or not the cash debuff exists in Regional 3. I think, Joya doesn't agree with it, but I think one thing that we all agree exists is Team Liquid just find another level in the 3rd Regional every single time of asking. This is that extra level, and Vitality just got punched in the mouth.
Wow. That's actually a really intelligent drop pass from Radisson there. Just knows that Zen is waiting close by the net, and sure, you can make the argument maybe Radisson should have just shot it, but it's okay. Get the job done. Take it the easy way.
All right, are we going to get a hat trick? It's Oski and Ato that can get it. Vitality having none of it right now. Oh, they are over the top. Oski! Hat trick! Let's go!
Ask and you shall receive, Shogun. Even that, though, it's not enough. An extra 125 score. Still not enough. A toe at 700. Or I should say 699. But that was an absolute banger of a game from Team Liquid.
Incredible.
Man.
Yeah, I guess gauntlet thrown down. Team Liquid will not be intimidated by the stellar record that Vitality have got coming in here. Reminder, only 1 series loss, and that was in the bracket reset of the last regional, so it meant that they just went on and won the 2nd series. It was fine, no worries for them. Team Liquid, though, have that reputation, and it's a reputation that appears to be very well founded.
As it should be, especially when you have a huge game like this from Oski and Ato. It's rare when one of your players has a 500 score game in a Chronic, and it feels like they're completely invisible.
And he's carrying from the bottom.
Absolutely bonkers. That was pop-off. That was what Liquid was talking about yesterday. Guys, we've never played this well, and that was it.
I think it's very impressive as well, because as much as I hear Colin Stumpy, complain about the highs and the lows of this Team Liquid squad, they're always top 4. They always get the result done. They're one of those teams that can win whilst playing badly. Not in this series, though. They need more of that. That game 2, I don't think they need that level the entire time, but a good 70% of it will certainly not go amiss.
Yeah, just enough to really keep Vitality honest. And if you get that level of play again, even half the time, you start to wonder, is there really any way that Vitality are going to crack that? Because even in game 1, where they ended up losing, Liquid's defense still quite stingy. And as time has gone on in some of these majors, we've started to see defensive teams really put people through the ringer. You think like Complexity and Crew, and those are teams that had absolutely lights-out defenses. And even at this past CRL Championship, Dr. Boomin were playing some lights-out defense. So defense certainly making its way back to the forefront of the Rocket League meta, and that's where you're really needing some of that offensive inspiration in players like Zen to come through and really break people down. And maybe even players like Oski, Achronic, and Ato, who just hit the low opportunity shot and really just put a lot of pressure on you.
That mix up. Ato met in the air by Radosin. Oski, what a catch that is. Gets the infield. He's unchallenged and would have wanted to do more with it. Oski in. Goes top corner, and that one's off target. Team Liquid are swarming them. Surely it finally goes in. And Ato adds to the tally.
Vitality a little panicked here. Alpha obviously knew he was up against the wall there, and Radosin did not think that ball was going to just hover on the goal line off that bounce off the backboard. He thought it was going to go more into the middle of the box, but it stuck right there. And Liquid finally get their just desserts, starting off another game with a goal.
Liquid now have gone for quite a period of time as the better team. Again, looking back at that game 1, it was their own mishaps that gave the game over to Vitality. Dominated them in game number 2, playing well at the start of game number 3. Vitality,
So much space.
this feels like a big one that they've got to start turning back around.
Ooh, and an opportunity to do it, but look at that timing on the defense and the instant reset with that type of clear all the way down the pitch, and the pressure on the box to completely freeze that Vitality counterattack with the back pass. Man, Liquid know ball control is the way to victory against a team like Vitality.
It's absurd that they can play so fast and then they just kill the ball. Like, as soon as they get there, it's just, all right, it's mine. I'm going to have it stick to me like glue. Chronic. Oh, that's a good challenge for him. He'll be so happy to see the side-on challenge. In goes Oski. Back out to a Chronic. No rush here from Team Liquid. They know they had a bit of time. Again, Ato back up. That's over the top of Radosin. Zen had to pre-jump for him. Did make some contact. And Alpha tasked with getting rid of the danger.
It's ugly. Vitality's structure on both offense and defense is really not a set opportunity. They're just kind of following the play and seeing if they can make it work. It is not going to plan. It's putting them in some really bad positions and having to play some tough challenges from awkward angles.
Against the mix-up, every time Team Liquid go for a shot like the one we just saw, you have to figure out, is this on target? Is this a pass? Is he just going to control it? Those quick decisions that have to be made at this level. Zen, that is so good. Now Radosin, infield to Alpha. He just didn't make it. That deserves something.
Oh, Zen had such a beautiful recovery off his backboard, and that was the 1-2-3 counterattack, and just missed the finish. Could not square it up off a beautiful opportunity, and now you get put back under the press of Liquid.
Liquid, that is still 1 goal to the better. Ato. They've gone infield quite often here for Team Liquid. Now Alpha had to avoid being bumped. Oski seems to be happy to challenge everybody right now. He went 1v3. Only finally defeated by the third. These bounces are just going Team Liquid's way every single time. They're so well positioned on the second man. Is this going to be a 2 goals to the better? No, Alpha now controls it, flicks up. And because he was under pressure from the bump potential, just kind of gave it away.
Nice. Zen, great awareness there, understanding, get this one under control, force possession back in your favor. And they finally managed to at least break that Liquid attack. Now they've got an opportunity here with 30 left. Can they find an equalizer?
Can't find a chance. Zen controls. He's been met in the air every single time, and that clear from Oski hurts so much for Vitality.
Ooh, that one hurts worse. Just stays on their own half, but it'll actually work out. They've got the ball in the right hands. Zen towards the net. Alpha just steal that boost, and can you make something happen? Not yet.
Just shut down every single time. Zen is trying everything to get some space. Up one more time. This is the most time he's had on the ball. Has he created it? No! So close. There's the danger. A warning shot fired, but nothing for it. Team Liquid have now got the series lead.
Knew he needed to get something done. Tried his best. Got the ball as close as possible, but I believe it was Alpha 54 kind of camping that left side of the box. He was trying to figure out, is it going to get tipped out? Do I have to crash the net? What's the right decision? And that's the unfortunate, very tough part of the game where you have to be able to read those challenges perfectly. And Alpha was so focused on making sure that ball didn't hit the floor that he wasn't there to try and jam it home.
So we have got a timeout now from Team Vitality. I think much required with the way that this is going. Team Liquid are well on form with the way things are going right now. And for me, the key is Alpha at the moment. He looks like he's the one that's struggling the most with the pace. I think Radosin, without him, this series looks ugly with the amount of defensive stocks that he's had to put in. Zen's doing incredibly good at trying to create plays, but Alpha just seems a little lost.
It's tough. Some of those replays in the game and the setup from Vitality, they really were struggling to get ball control away from Liquid, and I think Vitality's just so used to being in control of the game that they start getting in each other's way a little bit, and you're right, that structure completely collapsed there for a good couple minutes. And you're right, I think Zen, again, great identification, understanding when there's space, where to position himself to put himself in the right spot to make something happen, but it really does seem like that follow-up just is not quite as lethal as we're used to seeing from Team Vitality. And Liquid, I mean, just a beautiful couple setups in the past couple games alone.
This all right now comes down to one simple sentence. Team Liquid, their second man, is quicker. Every single 50-50 that we get, Team Liquid control.
And they get that deep third man as well. They got that lead, and if you noticed, they had such immaculate positioning in the midfield that it really did force Vitality to go for that long clear, and then it always just went right back in to the hands of somebody who is just out there on the island ready to catch those big clears, because they knew Liquid's like, okay, we're not going to allow that air dribble through the midfield. We're not going to let them beat us that way. We're going to force them to just punt the ball, and we're going to make sure we stay out in command. As Zen towards the net will score to start off game 4. Can't ask for anything much better than that.
Yeah, that is about as good as a timeout can possibly go for you. All right, well, now we might have a controversial one.
Now, our first actual controversial restart here. This is going to be...
All right, I want chat. I want you to remind you. I might have to deliver news. I don't know what's going to happen here. Just remind I'm the messenger here in this situation. I have a comfort kitty to my right, just in case.
This is going to be very...
This is going to be fine, Achieves. It's going to be fine.
Some players saying they were experiencing...
We should just start off paused.
Yeah, that's probably the safest way to do it. Everybody join teams and then go, and then... This one may require some sort of review, but players currently talking amongst themselves saying, nah, that goal's fine. But unfortunately, that's not up to them, right?
I'll tell you what, if I was Vitality, I'd be like, no, actually, you take it back. What do you mean you're okay with that goal? You say we couldn't score if it wasn't? It's incredible mind games from Team Liquid.
I don't know how you Europeans do it when you play football.
This is becoming incredibly British lobby out of nowhere. I mean, no, you don't need the goal. I mean, we could take it. I don't know, man.
Two teams agree to something. Does the referee let it go, or does he play by the book?
Rule set?
Very interesting questions.
We'll find out soon enough.
I really want.
By the way, it's an extended timeout here for Vitality.
Yeah, unintentional extended timeout. This is what happens when the kickoff goes too well. Imagine scoring a goal on the kickoff, but wanted a technical restart. And everything works out spick and span for you. Honestly, I don't think Vitality.
Do you want to be the person that has to tell Farah a goal doesn't count? Would you want to be that guy?
You know, I think Farah in the coach position, he might be like, you know what, at least I'm not playing, and if my players are happy with it, then I'm happy with it. Which I don't think it's really going to upset.
I can imagine Farah being an absolute monster. You know what this guy is just like,
oh yeah,
the nicest guy ever off the field, but the moment that counts down.
On Twitter, firing off the Twitter fingers. How can you take that goal off the board?
Well, Vitality seem pretty comfortable about the whole thing. They're just waiting to get back into the game.
Yeah, I don't think
a quick reminder for those of you that have just joined us, wondering what's going on here. We have got a goal that was scored 3 seconds into this, because of course it was. And then we had a timeout called for, or a pause called for. That timeout, very different terminology. So we're just working out what goes on with that for now. I'm curious, actually. Like, Achieves, I respect your opinion an awful lot.
Sure.
So this following question, I'm very curious on your response to, because we've been talking an awful lot about, this is the greatest European top 5. Where do you stand on that, as somebody looking across the pond?
As in, like, K-Corp, BDS, Vitality, Liquid, and Moist, probably?
Yes. Also, congratulations. You're the first one that's actually remembered Liquid when this has been brought up.
I think no questions asked. I think K-Corp, BDS, Vitality, Liquid, definitely top 4 for sure.
That's a fence-sitting answer right there.
Strongest top 4 in Europe ever. I will hard agree. Moist. I don't know. I feel like there's
I don't think anyone knows when it comes to Moist.
A few teams back in the day, I might say could probably give them a run for their money, and I'm less inclined to say that they're definitely on that pinnacle as well.
Listen, Moist can win everything if they don't lose a single game. The moment that first game goes against them, we start getting a little bit worried.
It's always the hardest part, you know. You're always playing so well until you concede, and then that second one goes in real quick.
Mate, I love the Moist org. I love the Moist players. They are the reason why I'm 10 points. Actually, I think I'm closer to 12 points back now in this prediction competition. It's all their fault.
Well, I think they have had a good turnaround. They've had a great turnaround with Cash, obviously. You're justifiably frustrated. But remember, Moist is playing to make that
I don't care if I was
right?
unjustifiably frustrated. I'm gonna air my grievances here.
Yeah, bring the dirty laundry.
I'm curious, like, the copium right now for everyone in the world is, as you can see, Team Liquid want to get back into this soon as well.
I think everyone's just like, whatever, keep the goal or not, we don't care. Let's just get back to it.
So we'll get you the information on that as soon as we possibly can. And, I can read this from the in-game chat. Okay, goal stands will resume from here.
Oh, there we go. All right. So everyone seeming to be okay. Liquid's like, yeah, all right. I think they kind of understood that regardless of what happened on that technical issue kickoff-wise, it really didn't impact them in any degree. So.
Getting mauled by a cat now, so...
She's not happy.
She's here to help out. She's here.
Like,
you need another conversation topic? I'm right here for you, mate. No, she's just after the heat of the PC. She'll run away from me immediately.
So do we actually get to see the replay of that goal? Because I don't even remember what that kickoff looked like.
The kickoff was popped out to the right, player went to the right boost, didn't get back in time because it went bottom left.
There we go. It's all
It'll definitely be in the replay package at the end of this. Hopefully we don't lose the pause in that as well. That would be...
With Vitality. Oh, boy.
No, that was... Sorry, I just want to point out, I really would have loved the life where 6 seconds later, it's just all tied up anyway.
Yeah, and then who cares? Why didn't we just restart? Oh my gosh, they're going to score again. Radostin coming in here in the middle of the box. Zen to Alpha, really great follow-up, and Zen really just forcing the defense to respect a shot on net. They kind of freeze in the goal line. And Zen just throws one off the wall, gets it back into the middle, away from the defense. That's the terror of a player like Zen. You kind of see him start going up and you think, okay, I got to defend this shot. And he's just got that visual acuity to say, okay, this ball goes here instead. And he changes that mind in an instant. He can make it happen.
All right, so game time mode. Back on here for Team Liquid. We're playing fantastically, but we know how much skill and form can fluctuate in Rocket League. That was quite a bit of time to between the timeout that might have iced you already, the extra time on that pause, and now it bounced out to Zen, and he hits the crossbar. Alpha has got himself a reset, looks for it off the triple. That's not quite in. Team Liquid have to just try and refine their footing in this game.
Ooh. Double demo. Chronic just has to buy time. Dawson, not quite the way to get that one to middle. I think smashing it off the back wall there and letting it bounce out was the way. But either way, Vitality up 2. And finally, for the first time, or it feels like quite some time, in the driving seat of the game. Up 2, pressing Liquid back on their own half. This is really what they want to be in terms of their position on the pitch.
Let's play out here from Atoe, but immediately read by Alpha, who is kind of the player I've got an eye on at the moment. Zen goes underneath. Has he got options to get a Chronic? No, not quite. A follow-up not around from Vitality. But again, every time Zen's got the ball and you're on defense, there's that little stutter step when you second-guess yourself.
Well, because you could even see it with the missed flip reset, he took himself right into the path of the optimal line to save that ball, and he made that save even more awkward than it should have been, even messing it up. And that's a terrifying thing to realize when you're thinking, okay, this should be savable, no sweat.
Time here for Team Liquid to work with.
Nice.
Vitality, though, this is the pace that they can work with. They like this a lot more. The demo as well, so Chronic's gonna have to go solo. Has the reset, went low! And it required all of Vitality to stop it.
Just froze everybody there on the sidewall, thinking he was going top of the net. And had it not been for Zen, that lower right corner was all his. Vitality keeps the lead to 2, just past the halfway point. Look at Liquid feeling like they're ready to get the engine revved up and started here in Game 4.
Now running out of time for it. Vitality, not easy typically to get goals past when they know that they don't have to chase the game. Clear again there from Atoe. This has been a transition masterclass from both of these teams. Ooh, Atoe decided to go for the if I shoot badly technique of defense.
And on Liquid side, I really look to players like Oski when they're in this situation. I want to see him get out in the middle of the field, catch a pass, and then get that ball to somebody else. He seems to, more often than not, deliver when they need to. A Chronic just in time on the back line. I'm looking for Big Oz. Make something happen.
I get the feel. I can see a Vitality long shot goal very soon because Team Liquid, they've got to start going at this point. They need to start sending everything. I will say, I do like the refocus from Vitality on who they're trying to demo. Previously, it was just constantly going for the goalkeeper. Atoe can't quite find the ball, and there was some bumps on Vitality's third. Alpha over the top. Wipe out again. Vitality are finding the target, and it is ruining the rotations of Liquid.
Huge spawn from a Chronic right on the ball. Almost caught Vitality unawares. Great recovery from the Dawson. Zen, he's just going to absolutely pull the string on the guy on the backboard. It's just not fair.
All right, Atoe, what do you do? What do you do? Yeah, no, you don't have a chance. What I love there is that Zen just hovers so close to the ball that visually for Atoe, I mean, Zen could be now starting to rotate his car into that ball and just hit it normally. You always have to have that on your mind. This game's done.
Well, you ready to go to Game 5 all tied up? Did you think it was going to go any other way?
I was, well, given how the last game went, I was very worried for them. But, Vitality answer back incredibly well. This better not be one of those series where like it goes to 7, you're like, wow, that must have been such a close series, but every single game was a blowout.
And then 7 is just an absolute dumb. It's like a 5-2 type of thing. Over at 4.
No, none of that.
Because they're down.
I believe in these teams.
That's okay. Each team kind of gets their blowout game, you know. Game 3 was Liquid's. Game 4 can be Vitality's. That's all right. And then you already know Game 5, 6, and 7 is going to be this 1-1, 0-0 overtime type of stuff.
You're right, though. This one is a blowout. What are we up to on everybody? All right, we're going hat trick watching again. Zen's on 2, Radosin's on 2. Alpha's kind of out of the running here. He's on 1.
Alpha wants any points at all. He's at 274. Zen at 605. 7 shots. He's 2 and 7. Does it feel like Zen's had 7 shots on target?
No. I'll admit, I don't remember that many of them, but to be fair, to me, this game feels like it's been going on for quite a while now.
It's that pause messing with the head.
Right, are we going to get the hat trick?
Oh my goodness
Alpha
gracious.
took the shot. In goes Alpha again. Radosin looking for the hat trick. Watch.
One up.
Oh, he's not got it.
Not as good as Oski, confirmed.
Yeah, Team Liquid, they did it better. That's the only victory that they got out of this game. And we are going to see the second timeout burnt here. So Vitality used theirs previously. Liquid are going to now use theirs.
It's an interesting choice from Liquid. I'm surprised to see him take a timeout right here. I don't hate it. I'm just wondering why they called it, you know? Because like
if this was if you took out the technical pause, I wouldn't dislike this at all. But I feel like when you usually hear teams just say, "Oh, just we want to, keep playing Rocket League and find our flow," I think Team Liquid could have done with just finding their flow here.
Yeah, because it's like, I guess they really want to just not let Vitality get going, because maybe they feel like this one kind of got out of hand really quick with that timeout. They feel like, okay, let's just stop it before it gets started and then just play, 3 games straight instead of potentially being on match point and deciding to take our timeout.
I think that, there's definitely pros and cons either way. This is not one that I'll be questioning for all that long at all. Especially with match point, as you said, very much on the line here.
Now that's
Team Liquid, it's entirely that pace. They've got to find their pace again. They play at such a pace that Vitality looked awkward. And we have not seen that just yet. We've seen Radosin look a little bit awkward during the last regional finals, but that was just a full wildcard moment from him. But Vitality as a whole looked like they just couldn't quite cope with that pace previously, and it's up to Liquid to try and find that 6th gear yet again.
Yeah, and you think about what was working so well for them. And that obviously we knew Liquid didn't have to, chase the game. They were up by, 2 or 3 goals, whatever it was at that point, but they did have an incredibly strong positioning there in the midfield. They left that one guy deep back on the island, and they just prevented that air dribble clear out of the midfield. Made sure to force people to just punt the ball. I wonder if that's something they want to try and go back to, or if that was really only what they were trying to do when they're ahead in the game and they know that's how they like to turtle up.
Well, let's find out then, shall we? Liquid trying to get the entire field to restart from 0. And work out for them. We've seen 2 blowouts back to back. Vitality again with the demo. I think that's a big telling point here, though. Vitality was struggling to get those in games 2 and 3. Games 4 and at the start of game 5, less of a problem.
Really nice delay touch from Zen. Actually sets up Alpha quite nicely, and extra touch looking for a little more help, but Oski's so patient.
Chronic over the top. Zen almost pre-jump. Radosin gets clattered into. Backward again. Radosin will still be there first, but it's a bit wasted. Chronic to his teammate. Well read by Alpha. Oh, it's a misread from Oski, and that was almost in, and Oski's actually stopped moving here. So we might be going for number 4.
Yeah, it might be another pause.
They just called for the... I spotted that one real early, so...
Yeah, I was about to say...
Hi again, it's us! I'm still underdressed. That's not changing.
Weird thing from Oski there. I think it was an internet issue for him, so he should...
I don't know when he undid that one, though, because I feel like... I might be misremembering. Didn't he almost score an own goal with where that ball went?
I don't know if he almost scored the own goal.
Crossbar, didn't it?
Well, it went off Alpha. Alpha tried to skim it towards net, but it went off the bar. So Alpha.
That's having a go at my shirt. Chat, I'm roasting here, chat. Please. Please. It's 29 degrees in here. Come on, man.
29. Gee, that is quite hot.
Yeah, the British buildings like to retain heat.
Yeah.
Season X was worse. Season X was a lot worse. Season X was full on heat wave sort of mode.
So we are going to reset to kick off. 4:15 on the clock. It was just, I do believe Oski has reset his connection. We'll get this one set back up and ready to go.
Can't take the heat. There we go.
Yeah, there you go. His modem's overheating, and it's just...
honestly, I'm shocked that I've got a cat currently sat on my PC. That feels like too much there. That just seems silly.
It's comfortable, you know?
It apparently is very comfortable. She's also incredibly close to the power button, so be prepared to solo cast this at any particular moment.
Okay, I can do that. I've had that happen to me before, so I totally get it.
There you go, Alpha, off the ceiling. We've had a lot of goals scored, very close to the unpause.
Oops. Not actually going to be a goal. I think Oski, he didn't have the boost to actually follow the ball up, despite Vitality. Rare, complete whiff of the ball. Just let Liquid through, but nobody ready for it.
Chronic off the demo, looks to go against the opponent. Here comes a toe. He goes low of his challenge. Surely that goes in. A toe. That was pure disrespect.
Lovely job from everybody on Liquid here. They see this soft clear from Alpha. Actually, Zen doing an excellent job to even keep that one on the goal line. So easy to get out-muscled, but Ato, he was just focused on keeping that ball in the box, making sure he was going to be able to get another follow-through. That guy would not be denied.
Let's find out then. Have we got a close game or is it going to be another blowout? Oh, can't quite find Alpha, and now Alpha's on the ball. Ceiling, he's got the reset, backboard double, wiped away from him. Now the infield, oh, that's unchallenged. Good save. Difficult to read as well because they sent two, so that could have gone left or right. Now Alpha on the shot. Team Liquid started to show off some of the defensive chops, and they've had to because Vitality look lethal.
Nice little team pinch as well to clear the space, and you're right, Liquid having to work decently hard on defense, but seeming equal enough to the challenge. Here's another tester, and they're first to it again. Zen just freezing that defense, saying, you gotta come take it away from me or I'm gonna make you pay, and like that level of aggression from Vitality.
Vitality have done it again there, and this time it was Redosin, where I feel like this has been the pace all the way. A second passing play, and Oski, well, for every single pass, he was just going to sit on the goal line and wait for it to come to him. But I feel like Vitality have done this on a few occasions where they expect somebody to be challenging them, and they end up just putting a soft hit into the blue side of the field that it's quite easy to recover for Team Liquid.
Well, here they just need help. They don't really have a strong presence on the ball. Zan forcing the issue, and Oski
just down goal
for it.
Oski's already up to 4 saves. We've got 2 minutes left to play.
That's the real tester for Vitality, you know, that can they get through that just deep island, man, as Redosin. Great pop off the wall, but it's way too high for Zen. He's actually going to try and make it work. He goes back to the middle.
He wants another top play. I'll tell you what, he's sort of started to own that section now of our pre-show.
Yeah.
Toe off the challenge. Good thing for Vitality that they had a demo, otherwise who knows if the follow-up would have been there. Oski up against Alpha. That was awkward for him, but read the play well, realized that he wasn't under any real threat.
They're going to start seeing a little divey from Vitality, I think. 90 seconds. They know how hard they've had to work to crack this Liquid team. I wouldn't be surprised to see this one either gets tied up or they just give away a freebie.
Pass now. Alpha trying to pop over the top. It's what you mentioned earlier on, though. Every single time we see those sort of plays happen, Team Liquid's third man is so deep.
Yep.
Happened again. Chronic looks for the pinch. Didn't quite get it as much as he wanted. Now a toe on the backtrack. Good first touch from him. He's just taking it away. Vitality have no way of following that one up. Pop up though. Alpha looks to chase. Team Liquid still first. 50 seconds. Vitality gonna have to start sweating here.
There's that long, slow air dribble, but no possible follow-up. Alpha gets caught one step forward. Oski is not in time to finish the job. Vitality just need to win one big challenge, and they're going to send everybody.
I think they've been having that idea for the last 2 minutes. Just not been there for them. Team Liquid have always got that extra touch. 20 seconds. Radosin pops up. It's going to be tasked to him. Try to go high. He's past the toe. Doesn't get the ceiling reset. Instead, it's Alpha moved on in. The reset didn't happen. Zen pops it. That's wide.
Oh, he forced it.
But it's still dangerous. And a toe. What a save that is. Final few seconds.
Whoa.
Team Liquid just trying to kill the clock. Alpha with Zen in support, instead trying to go by himself, and they haven't managed to create the play. Team Liquid survive.
Yo, they just needed that one get through. Radosin finally got their air dribble through everybody in the midfield, and another game from Team Vitality. 9 shots, unable to crack the net a single time. The Team Liquid's 5. That setup from Liquid, so difficult. And I think the thing that's making it really bear so much fruit for Liquid, they get that 1-0 lead, right? And then comes that structure, that single island deep back defender. And what's making that work so well is that first touch control. They always keep it tight. They always get it to a place where the only next touch comes from their team. Liquid's so focused in that scenario to get a quality first touch and force Vitality to re-obtain possession of the ball.
It's been a very impressive performance, I feel, from both teams, because they're being tested on something new here. And especially for someone like Zen, where you come in and you're expecting RLCS to be this, that, the other. You just go and you play games. But there are also the intangibles, the things that you can't expect in a series like this, where it has been very stop-start. You have to deal with that. You know, the things can go wrong at any moment, and it is difficult to get yourself in the mindset of, all right, how do I just keep playing at my best? And that's what these players have been challenged with.
How do you stay zen in such a chaotic
It was there. I'll give you that. It was there.
I appreciate it.
Right, how long are we going to give on this? Is there going to be a pause? I'm not seeing any calls yet.
If we get through the first 30 seconds, I think we'll be good.
I reckon we go to Champions Field, goal gets scored, 1 minute left, pause.
Pause right about to shoot.
It does look like we're just going to be able to jump on into this one. Alpha, ooh, can he get the reset? Low boost, and didn't quite work out for him. But didn't quite work out has been the MO of Vitality to this point.
That's actually a good, yeah, you're right. It didn't quite work out. Feels pretty apt at the moment.
It either didn't quite work out or it worked, but why is Oski still there? Oh my goodness, Oski, that was ridiculous.
Why is Oski still there?
Oski's been a menace this game.
Boy.
Oh, he doesn't care who you are.
You want to see the difference? Like Team Liquid, if this is Liquid trapping this ball right here, they catch that one perfect. It goes straight across the floor. It's not a bounce dribble. It just goes into the corner and they just dribble it up the wall. You see Alpha, I think it was Alpha, but he caught that ball straight on the nose and the toe. It just says, cool, I'm going to try and jam it home, and it worked out.
Just full send.
Why not? He had 2 people behind him. Force the max amount of pressure on the opposition. They cracked again, and they get it right back. Alpha from the side wall.
I'm trying to have a look, actually, because this has been rare from Team Liquid. They have not made this mistake at all throughout this series. And for once, nobody was there.
Yeah, it was Zen, again, rotating through that play. He forced Oski into the corner to avoid the demo. Meanwhile, the third man, he hadn't quite rotated all the way back yet, so just that little bit of disruption pulled him out of position. And Alpha able to make a nice slot.
Oh, Zen got hit, but he's still there, and he's still forcing people to second guess. Maybe one of the worst positions you'd actually find yourself in against Zen well, surely he shouldn't have that, but he still might. As Oski just 3-point turn, get himself back into position. Down to Radosin. Vitality having some luck here on the second man, getting them quickly to the ball. Need to make the most of that. And they are hunting for the goalkeepers.
Nice. Huge bump on Oski to slow down that Liquid counterattack right there, as Vitality was also getting bullied out in the midfield. Somehow they've maintained possession through a very dicey bit of play.
It's turned into one of those series where just eyes are darting everywhere. The ball is not the full story. It's what can you do off the ball? Who can you hit? What boost can you steal? And more importantly, how do you adapt when it goes against you? That's going to be the crossbar. Oski also couldn't find Radostin, but Ato's got a bit of time here. Took the ball low, and Chronic and Team Liquid will happily see this ball back corner, but they took a little bit too much time. Zen Alpha, he's got the bump on a Chronic. Zen will walk the ball in.
Oh, you wanted more from Alpha earlier on, Shogun. Do you think you got it?
That was vicious.
Oh, talk about laying out the red carpet for your buddy. Zen had no boosts. He's just like, I don't know if I could score it. Alpha says you could score it.
I've got you. Alpha again off the wall. He's going to leave it for Radostin. An incredibly physical series this has become. Very disruptive the way both teams are trying to play this. The wall. Alpha does get it past the first. He's now got the ceiling. He's got Zent in support. Zen was kind of bumped and still managed to recover it. Now the infill pass. A Chronic decided to go straight for net, and that was covered.
Monster block from Radostin and a free ball for Vitality. Man, it feels like 2 minutes on the clock is an eternity when you're trying to outlast this Liquid team. One goal, certainly never feeling safe, especially with how dangerous some of these Liquid attacks have been. But right now, Liquid, the biggest issue is even really getting the offense in a consistent state of rotation. Right now, they're just kind of fighting for possession of the ball.
Trying to dodge bullets that are coming towards them. Vitality just keeps sending themselves. Oh, there's a power hit. So, good recovery from him.
Oh, man.
Oh, what a good first touch. And that's now Zen one-on-one against Oski. In that boost, but still, position here to play. Zen recovers. Get that boost stolen from him and still got there.
That's the unfortunate reality with Oski. You made a really nice play to beat him, but you're playing Zen in the corner. He can dance around the walls all day.
One of the rare players that seems to recover in Supersonic. Oh, wow! Oh, the vision! And Oski turns it in for 2 each, but Ato, what a play! He just kept them guessing.
Oh, and you're right, Zen. He was trying to get close there to close down a shooting angle, but he lost track of Oski, who's just going to keep going up the field. Beautiful give-and-go pass. Lovely bit of shooting and execution. You're right, the vision, amazing from Liquid.
The gimmick air roll just kept on spinning on the way up. And yeah, it's just what you do. You just have to guess and hope you're right. Oh, Radostin's like misplaced, but they've still got players. Alpha from the third man position can come and slot it in top bins.
One of the most annoying parts about playing Zen, how he challenges the ball so well. For a guy that's a mechanical wizard, boy can move the ball around the pitch in any 50, it feels like. What a challenge to stick that one right there for Alpha.
You just feel like you have to. You feel like there's something you've got to do, and when the answer is actually nothing, you feel like, surely not. No way. Well, 20 seconds, or we're going to Champions Field. In a series that I will remember for quite some time. Do Vitality get themselves yet another upper bracket final. So, oh, we didn't get the reset, and now it's gone as far away from Liquid as they could possibly want it. Is that going to be an extra? Not quite. Radostin can't slot it in. Doesn't matter. We're going to Champions Field.